Good morning, everyone. Right now in Moreau, it's 10:24 a.m. on Thursday, July 4th, 2024. You know, I heard Flick is taking time off here on Moreau. He loves our bugs so much. If you have any to share with him, I know it'd make his time here extra special. And with that, I'll get back to work supporting you in your enjoyment of our island. The timing could not be more perfect. What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. The last episode was kind of just a wrapping things up episode. The end of what I would call the tutorial phase of this game as we now move into the broader experience and life that is Animal Crossing. Now, you're probably immediately looking at all this going, whoa, well, hold on. Stuff has definitely changed. Oh, yes, it has. It's been a few days since the last episode, and I have taken care of quite a bit of things. I've been continuing to work on our flowers, exploring crossbreeds and whatnot. They're a work in progress. They're going to take time, weeks, in fact, if not months in some cases, given how rare some of them can be. But you can see I am getting progress here. I've got a blue pansy in the works. Still working on the windflowers, but the pink windflowers are pretty much all put together. Been growing wheat, and I actually do have a new set of crops that I'm going to put down once I make more space with these flowers. These are right over here. I believe they're potatoes. Yes. So I'll do that. I also grew some more bamboo trees. I plan to grow a few more, but I need to actually have a place to put them before I do that. So for right now, I'll just leave those be. Yeah, but I'm just kind of working on all sorts of things. Oh, yeah, making an incline as well. We're going to definitely work on that. In fact, I should be able to pay that off today with all the things that I'll be doing. And I also made sure to just kind of make the infrastructure of the island a little bit better, like you see here. Look, I actually have a ladder set up right here just to be able to get down here whenever Red shows up. So that was just kind of another quality of life change to be made. Now, as far as our villagers are concerned, we haven't yet met our newest villager, although she has been here for a little while. She's the one that replaced Pinky. Is she home? It doesn't look like she is. Vivian. Okay. Her, and I swear I did not plan for this in any way, but because we've got Vivian and Kyle next to each other, both of whom are wolves, they are practically inseparable. Every single time I run into them, they're together, and I think it's the funniest thing in the world. Okay, clearly they're dating, and now I don't want to kick Vivian out because I don't want to make Kyle's girlfriend move away, even though she was kind of the one who came here just by happenstance, and it's just the way it kind of works out sometimes, and it's very, very strange. Now, I'm pretty excited about this episode, though, mainly because of what you probably heard in the, oh, hey, look, Vivian is actually alone. Let's talk real quick. Morning, it's happy to see you bright and early. I love her catchphrase, piffle. And life is so invigorating. Staying inside all day would be a terrible waste. So yes, Vivian is another snooty archetype, putting her right alongside Blair, who actually had a birthday yesterday, as a matter of fact. Blair, not Vivian, excuse me. And I celebrated that with her as well, although I don't know if she actually sent me anything since I obviously didn't check my mail. But I'm really excited today because of what Isabelle said in the morning announcements, and that is the fact that Flick is here. Now, this is important because of something that I actually did yesterday, and that was, well, take advantage of the time of month. It is July, and July means that a whole lot more, many more insects are now available to catch, mainly some of the rarest that you can find on palm trees. We're talking the Cyclomatus stag, we're talking the horned elephant beetle, I think the Goliath beetle was available in June, but the giant stag, and a whole bunch of other bugs that are just extremely hard to come across. So what I decided to do is I grabbed just 2 Nook Miles tickets, just 2, okay? And the first island I went to, my plan was to go and dig up every single tree, every single flower, and basically just destroy everything on the island to leave it a barren wasteland aside from a few palm trees, which I planted down to just kind of add to the excess. But guess what? The first island didn't work out that way because the first island I ran into was Scorpion Island. And actually, you could see half the fruits of my labor. So I filled my entire pockets with nothing but scorpions and caught a ton of them on the first Nook Miles ticket that I found. But what's more, and you can probably see from the other bugs that are in here, on the second island, it was the Bamboo Island, which is the best one to get because it is such an easy island to clear. It's completely flat, and I basically did my original plan. I just completely cleared it, chopped down every single bamboo tree, dug them all up, dug up all the weeds, put everything off on the rocks, and basically made the entire island empty save for, again, the palm trees, which were on either side of the island. And at night, I just kind of ran back and forth over and over and over again, collecting all of the most valuable insects that I could. And I grabbed enough excess that I was able to donate all of the new ones and then keep a whole bunch of duplicates, triplicates, and so forth, which is why we have all of these insects here. Now, all the ones in the black cages are the result of those 2 islands. These are the ones I've just found on my island over the course of the last couple of weeks. So notice how one day of progress, or one night of progress, was a whole lot more than like 2 weeks of progress right here on my island. So yeah, I got a lot of bugs, and I think every single insect I have here is worth at least 3,000 bells or less, or less, excuse me, or more. So now all I got to do is I got to actually track Flick down, and I think what we should start to do is I should probably pick these guys up, because Flick is going to be giving me a whole lot of bells for all of these things. This is obviously a very good alternative way to get yourself a lot of money. And now I should be, I will at least be able to pay off that incline. I think I've already half paid for it as it is. Which I think I did so. I started paying it off like a few days ago, and then I just kind of left it for, I think I put like 60,000 in it or something like that. But then there's, of course, my next house expansion, which I need to work on as well. But I should also point out that, yes, our wooden bridge is done. That finished a few days ago. Actually, I think it was like a week ago. Was it a week ago? No, because I'm trying to think when the last episode was. I think it was like the day of the last episode is when I finished paying it off, and then now it's complete. So here it is. And there's Flick right there. But here's our wooden bridge. I still have probably 2 more bridges to lay down at some point, but I think that'll do for now. Let's talk to you. What's up, Flick? Now, I do have 3 insects, or 3 of many different kinds of insects, so I could get the quote-unquote commission if I wanted to, but I'm sorry, money is so much more important right now. We need to get as much as possible, so let's get to selling these things. All right, giant stags. These are normally worth 10,000 apiece, which means that Flick will be buying them for 15,000. Horned elephants and cyclamatises and Goliath beetles, and I believe scorpions as well as an atlas or horned atlases are all worth 8,000 apiece, so he will buy them for 12,000, and then the scarab beetles I also believe are 10,000, aka 15,000 from Flick. So let's see how much we get from turning all of these in. Here we go, buddy. Whole swarm. All right, let's see. Oh, 342,000. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to pay off our house just fine today. I think we'll be just fine. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I did catch more. Don't you worry, Flick. I have a really hard time buying Flick's whole starving artist routine when he gives me 1,022,000 bells, or 1 million, what is it? 1,022,000 bells. Yeah, sorry. Just for a bunch of stinky bugs. I mean, I get it. He loves them, but holy crap, dude. That was a lot of freaking money. Okay, we are now officially loaded, which is great because this is going to allow me to do several things, actually. First things first, let's go pay off that incline right away because I need to do that. And like I said, I have more bridges I'm going to need to put up. I think we're going to have a total of 3 by the time all is said and done. Probably just 1 more incline will be all, or maybe 2, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, never mind. I did not put anything into this. Well, I guess that's okay. I have enough money now. Let's put as much as possible in, and we're going to also go pay off our loan immediately because that is probably a good thing to do. Now, obviously, that is going to take out a significant chunk of change of all that I have paid for, but hey, it is still pretty good, and I'm usually earning on average about 60,000 bells per day just by doing very menial activities, so I can make that up relatively quickly. Like, I mean, what is that, like a week takes me, how much does they get me? About 400,000? That's not too bad. And again, saving up, like I'm also saving up fish too. Those are actually sitting in my storage at home. Why I'm not doing the same with bugs, couldn't tell you. I guess just for storage space. It's better to have just one, not the other. Plus, I only have like 5 or 6 fish in there at the moment anyway. Okay, ABD, let's do that. And loan payment, pay from pockets. Oh, that's right. I forgot I do have some money in savings though. Could definitely hang on to that. There we go. And done. All right, cool. So that is all complete. Now we can talk to Mr. Nook about this situation, which I believe is going to get us our final, like our 3rd adjacent room, leaving only the basement and the upper floor left to make. So, all right, yeah, let's talk about it real quick. And I wish I could immediately start working on a bridge or incline, but I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow. About my home. All right. Let's see. I want to expand. And then I also, oh yeah, that's right. I got to talk about customization here. Loan of 758,000. That is fine. I'm a little under halfway there at the moment. But now, I also want to talk about this really quickly. So after getting the last expansion, he gave me this option the following day. We were given a whole bunch of new options, which are... oh, wait, you're not going to let me do it today? Oh, I should have looked at that first. Gosh dang it. I'll have to show that in the next episode then. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I can now adjust with my house in regards to the roof, the exterior, the mailbox, the door. These are all things we'll go over a little bit later. As you know, that'll be my first opportunity to make a bunch of changes as well. But I should have gone over that before I started. I didn't think it was going to lock me out completely as soon as I got the expansion done. But whatever. What are you going to do? Sorry about that cut. Okay, something I want to talk about now that I have honestly been neglecting this entire Let's Play because realistically, I never use this thing ever. I don't think I've used it since the GameCube Animal Crossing, but it's always been a thing, and I've never thought to use it. I never have, and we're gonna bring attention to it anyway because this can be useful for some people. This is the bulletin board, and the bulletin board is, well, how you get information about upcoming events. Mainly just birthdays, bug-offs, fishing tourneys, things of that nature. It'll occasionally tell you about weather patterns, although usually Isabelle covers all that stuff just fine. This is just more of an advance warning. Like, a lot of the stuff that Isabelle says in the morning announcements are obviously for that day. But these are usually things that are like in the next few days. Like, look, this one right here was what, 8 days in advance. Wow. And so was this one. So a lot of advance warning when a birthday's coming up, and then the bug off as well. Bunch of time to prepare. These will also tell you about meteor showers. They'll also tell you if you're about to get excessive snow or rain or things of that nature. So if you ever need to just, check something and make sure that, the next couple weeks are free of things that you need to worry about, make sure to check the bulletin board every once in a while. You really only need to check it like once a week. You'll probably be fine if that's all you do. All right, I want to talk about Nook's Cranny next, and not a whole lot has been happening with Nook's Cranny as of late, and that's because, well, it's just kind of trucking along. Unfortunately, when you start your game, Nook's Cranny is on a bit of a time limit. It's both a good and a bad thing. It's on a time limit because you want to expand Nook's Cranny, right? Nook's Cranny is a tiny little modest store. There's not a whole lot going on here. There's not much that we can do with this place. But after, I believe it's 30 days after you start your island in Nook's Cranny, or I guess 30 days after Nook's Cranny gets built, which is usually, I think, 33 days in total for most people. Nook's Cranny will, if you've spent and sold enough value of items, either bought a bunch of items or sold a bunch of items, and I think you only need to meet like a 200,000 bell threshold or something like that. So if you play the game a lot, you've easily cleared that by now. The store is actually going to close at that point once you spend all that and the 30 days have passed, and you will have a fully expanded store the next day. Now, in previous Animal Crossings, there were multiple expansions for Nook's Cranny. It would go, I believe, from Nook's Cranny to Nook and Go to Nookway, and then finally Nookingtons. Although Nookingtons and the GameCube version, I remember, had like a very specific set of circumstances under which you had to get it. But these were continuous upgrades to the store that allowed you to get a whole bunch of additional stuff. This would even add things like a hairdresser inside in later games, and well, we've actually met that hairdresser once already, but we'll be meeting her again later today. Just something that was, a big ubiquitous part of Animal Crossing for a very long time. And this game is just a very modest single upgrade, and it's not like a super great upgrade. In fact, I believe it's the equivalent to Nookway, if I'm not mistaken. So you're not going to get something quite as fancy as Nookingtons in this game, unfortunately, but you will eventually see this place upgrading. It doesn't get any bigger in size. You don't have to worry about plot space or whatever. This space between it and Able Sisters is just fine for now. But that is something I wanted to address because we are coming up on that deadline. We should be there in the next week or so. So hang tight. Also, what's up, Angus? What are you doing in here? All right, well, hey, welcome to the Able Sisters. I don't think I've actually checked it this week. I should see if there's anything good in here. What's up, Sable? Hey, I'm kind of sewn into my machine right now. Sorry I can't chat, but thanks for stopping by. Okay, that was like about the same level as last time. I just gotta keep talking to her. I gotta keep talking to her. Eventually, I can get her to open up. Again, I don't want to harass her. I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable, but I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I don't know. I just want her to, like, say hello, say something. Ooh, a flannel shirt. I think I'm definitely going to get that. I'm going to keep that on, actually. Outdoor shorts. I've been wearing, like, some variation of the outdoor shorts for pretty much the entirety of summer. I am... No. No, we are not doing the Spangle shorts. Victorian dress. That's incredible. Let's see. Ooh, the DJ cap. That's actually pretty rad. Get myself a goatee. I mean, that just does not, like, I never keep facial hair like that, so that just doesn't even fit very well at all. As far as all of these are concerned, I think I'll just leave those be. See, I think I'll just buy the flannel, which, I mean, red and or frickin' like a cream color, those are pretty much the only ways to go with this. I mean, that's what I think anyway, at least when flannel is concerned. So let's just pick that, and there we go. I need to get a different color hat, but unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of different options. It really sucks that this is kind of like the only baseball cap style option in the game, which I really hate. I mean, there's multiple colors to it, but I'm just getting so unlucky with the options, which, you know, I didn't actually check Nook Shopping in case that wasn't already immediately obvious. I should go do that really quickly because I also need to buy a few things with Nook Miles as well. Since I have been saving up, it would be prudent to go and grab a few things. So let's do that really quickly. Let's go to Nook Shopping first and see what we have under special goods here really quickly. A pull-up bar stand. That is so extra for something that you literally cannot use. Yeah, no, not really anything here. I don't think I could pull that one off, so I'll just pass on that. I think there's only one seasonal item available right now, and it's like some bamboo grass or something along those lines. I already got it, so it's sitting in my storage at home, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. All right, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to clear out all of the hairstyles, all of the reactions, every single one of those things so that they're just kind of marked off, and we can actually take a look at some of the new reactions as we get them. I'm sure it's just going to, like, throw each of them at us all at once. Let's see. There's some new reactions. Okay, let's actually take a look at these really quickly. So, if I go into all here really quickly, as I check my fingers like a boomer. Okay, yeah, so we got ta-da. There's a whole bunch. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a whole bunch of good ones here. We got excited, which I just think looks like I've had a little bit too much caffeine. Here you go. What we got here? We got, oh, yeah, yoga. And a lot of these are actually... a lot of things were added in the 2.0 update because these are things that villagers around the island regularly do, and a lot of the players wanted to be able to do them as well, such as yoga posing, such as sitting, which a lot of them do underneath trees and whatnot, and over by the river. There's also working out, which happens a lot in the plaza. Sniffing flowers is another one. Almost every single one of these. Taking a picture, I do believe that is exclusive to a character we have not yet met, but we will get that at some point. And then waving goodbye, which I think... Is that the same wave as the one when you're leaving a villager's house? I think it actually might be something different. But yeah, there's all those. Oh no, look, more new reactions have come up. So let's buy that as well. Because yeah, sometimes you unlock more things in the Nook Stop just by buying things in the Nook Stop. So we can add those as well. We'll see what these ones entail. I love that. That's my favorite thing is I see this totally makes sense. It just kills me. Oh my goodness, look at all these listening ears. Oh, there's so many of these. We got say cheese. A lot of these, I believe, are just, you know, meant to be more social reactions. Behold. Eager, which I don't really get what that one is even doing. Flex. Heck yeah. We got work it, which, I mean, hey, you got to be able to do poses of some sort when people are taking selfies, right? Act natural, hula, which that might actually be my favorite. The double wave. Okay, that's the wave when you're leaving a house. Okay, there it is. That villagers usually do. We got a stretch, and we got jamming. And this is usually what villagers are doing whenever they're not singing alongside music, but they're still dancing around. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're going to go get the hairstyles now, so let's get those really quickly. I really need to get a mirror set up so that I can start doing things with these. I don't know. I like the hairstyle that I have right now. It just fits me the best, but I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll mess around with them a little bit more. I'm generally a pretty simple person when it comes to looks and whatnot. I don't generally like to look very extra. I wear very drab and boring things. I am, oh, we got even more. my clothes are usually very simple. There's not a whole lot about dressing up that I'm, a big fan of. I know a lot of people love to do that with character customization and whatnot, but me personally, it's never really been my thing. I mean, I like practicality more than anything. I don't even like wearing shorts most of the time. Like, even this look is like a little bit too much for me. I'm the kind of person that just wears pants and a hoodie all the time. Look at, oh my gosh, they're so freaking many. I'm not even gonna be able to buy all the ones that I wanted to get today. Gosh dang it. Because I need to save at least 1,000 for Cap'n here in a minute. When we get through all of these, I should also check the fences and the path. Well, I don't need to check the paths because they're always there, but I need to at least check the fences to see if there's any new good ones today that I don't yet have. You have to be really diligent with the fences, though, because a lot of times you can accidentally buy duplicates, and that sucks when that happens. Huge waste of mileage. Bamboo lattice and iron fence. I don't think I have this one. Let me check before I do something I regret. But I think I would very much like to have that one. The iron fence I know I don't have, but I'm also not, like, hurting for that one. Okay, it's under... Which one is it under? I actually don't know which one it's under. It's not under housewares, is it? Oh, it's under other. Okay, here we go. So we got the lattice fence, we got the barbed wire fence, log wall fence. Okay, so yeah, we do not have the bamboo one, so let's get that. In case it wasn't immediately obvious, we are going to actually need to get bamboo to make it, so that's where the bamboo trees do come in. So let's grab that really quickly as I continue to waste time in this episode. And I think I'll save the rest of the Nook miles for a little bit later and worry about the colors because, yeah, I am already burning through miles like crazy. There are so many things left to get. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely insane. And it wasn't super overwhelming when this game came out, but going into it now that all these things have been added in, following updates and whatnot, now it's all of a sudden like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get the miles for all this stuff? All right, let's go take another tour with our buddy Cap'n, and then we're going to be heading over to Harv's Island after the fact, and I think both of those things will be enough to call this an episode. So let's head out, and I will let Cap'n serenade you with another song as we go. And welcome one, welcome all. All right, so this time we get into something new, a couple of new things actually, which are vines and glowing moss. How exciting. All right, I'm going to take as much glowing moss as I can get because you only get a limited amount on each one of these islands that you go to. So glowing moss can be used for different DIY recipes. It's basically a weed. It's not like something super hard to get your hands on or anything aside from, well, you have to do this. But it looks prettier, and that's kind of the main reason you're going to want to get them. Now, the vines, on the other hand, are much more practical, as these are used for hanging on cliffs all around your island, and they basically work as an alternative to ladder setup kits, while also having their own aesthetic purpose, which I am going to be grabbing as many of these as I can. Although, I should admit that I have grabbed a few vines already in a previous trip that I did not record, so I already actually have a couple hanging on some of my cliffs back on the island. Actually, I should probably show those before we call this an episode. But there we go. At least we can hop to absolutely everything here. Let's grab what we can. I also love the excessive coconut trees here as well. I would take the time to grab all these coconuts if I wasn't recording an episode right now, but I kind of genuinely do not care all that much. Ooh, hold on there. Are you a saw stag? That actually looks like a Miyama stag, but I'm going to grab it anyway. There we go. Lot of bug catching that I did. Yeah, okay, those are only worth like about 1,000 bells or something like that, but it's still something worth grabbing. Lot of bug catching was done, and I actually had to learn the hard way about some of the about some things I was doing wrong when it comes to insect catching. Because in previous games, and something that what the heck? Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that was that actually does look a little excessively big. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it just in case. It's probably a ribbon eel, but you never know. I don't know. This is screaming moray to me. I still haven't caught one, so let's try. Oh my gosh, stop freaking tilting. Like, right there. What the heck, dude? This has got to be a moray. There's no way this is a ribbon eel. Dude, seriously, I can't freaking get the bobber to land, like, directly in front of this thing. It's so precise. Oh, that was really late. Nope, that's a ribbon eel. There's no way that's a moray if that freaking still bit. What? Dude, it's so hard to tell with those things, man. I genuinely cannot. Freaking frustrating. I was really hoping that was something special. Okay. Anyway. What was I even saying here? Yeah, so a lot of bug catching, a lot of things that I learned that were mistakes of mine. Because, yeah, in previous Animal Crossing games, generally there was only one speed upon which you could creep up on bugs that were on trees. And it was just like this. So I've always just kind of done this, and I was like, oh, this isn't really an issue. For some bugs, this is too fast. I'm not even kidding. Specifically the ones that are valued at 12,000 and higher. So this involves the golden stag, which I believe I sold one of those to Flick, actually. I did have an excess one of those. It's the golden stag, is it the Hercules beetle or something along those lines? And then there's one other one that's like ridiculously rare. If you ever come across those, that's not enough. You need to hold this down and like push in the stick as little as possible. That is the speed with which you need to approach these things. You try to hold the stick all the way forward while doing this, you will scare them off. So something to keep in mind. I also do want to talk about my scorpion strategy here really quickly, but I think we need an actual scorpion to demonstrate that a little bit better. I'm just going to grab the rest of these vines. An actual scorpion to demonstrate that a little bit better. I guess I can talk about it while we're heading back. And no, I'm not taking these with me, these shrubs. They're just going to stay right here. We're just going to head on back, and we're going straight to Harv's Island after we take a look around our island for a moment. So with scorpions and tarantulas, the way it works is you're supposed to... What I had always done was just try to anticipate when they're going to jump at you and then try to swing the net. When you're dealing with a lot of them, that can be incredibly annoying, though. So if you ever do end up on Scorpion or Tarantula Island, that doesn't work out so well. You know, even when I'm trying to make an explanation of something, I can't help but listen to Cap'n because I just freaking love his little songs. They're so great, even if the lyrics are always kind of weird. Anyway, so when you're approaching, if you try to run around and you attract a whole bunch of them, it's never a good idea because if you have multiples that you're sneaking up on, let's say there's two scorpions right next to each other, and you start to sneak up on them, if you catch one or even swing the net at one, the other one's going to jump right at you and instantly sting you. Not always a good decision. There's two ways to really approach this. Either you run at a scorpion and then lead them as far away from the rest of them as you can, as only one will actually pursue you at a time. And then if you can get enough distance, hopefully quickly turn around and then grab it. That's always a thing that you could try. Oh, come here, you. There's two of them right there. I definitely want those. Let me see if I can lead this guy back. Because I mean, while Flick's here, I might as well continue to catch bugs. Where's that brookwing going? Well, this is a good time for me to show where I've actually put my vines up at, which are over here, so I can actually make my way around these cliffs. So you can have one chase you if you want to. That's one way of dealing with the problem. And then, again, turn around when you get enough distance from it and then anticipate it jumping at you to quickly catch it. The other thing you can do, and the one that is usually the more generally agreed upon method, where the heck did it go? Did I go too far away that it flew away? I think I did. Gosh dang it. I was really hoping that I could catch that sucker. All right. Oh, well, that's fine. The other agreed upon method is to hold out your net, start to approach, and my general rule of thumb is 2 steps at a time. So you go 1, 2. While you're doing that, the scorpion or the tarantula is going to hiss at you. Oh my gosh, Rory, why do we need to do this right now? Okay, tell me your reaction. Yeah, okay, something scary, reactions, distress, and quit staring. I'm serious. Thank you. All right, anyway, what I was trying to say, take 2 steps, and it's going to start hissing at you. Once you've taken those 2 steps, stop. It'll stop hissing eventually. This gives you a chance to take another 2 steps. Stop. Another 2 steps. Stop. And each time you're waiting until the hissing stops and it puts its pinchers down or its tail down or whatever it's using to threaten you with. And you just continue to make those steps because you can actually walk all the way up to it eventually by doing that, and it will not jump on you. It won't jump on you until you swing your net. It's basically a little bit of a standoff. So if you get closer to it this way by just doing this 1, 2 at a time, 1, 2 at a time, 1, 2 at a time. Eventually, you can swing your net, catch the thing, and move on. Of course, this also requires you to isolate said scorpion or tarantula so that any other ones around don't immediately try to get you. Otherwise, you're going to be sent back to the beginning area, and you're going to have to start all over. Now, it's not a huge deal on Scorpion or Tarantula Island because you can just walk back out and try again, but you'll find yourself much more efficient at catching them over and over and over again if you don't just run at them willy-nilly. Otherwise, it's going to be a chore and a half. Let's just put it that way. It still took me probably a good 30 minutes to catch all those guys. And you know what? I think I got actually more value out of the other island, which is something that I can literally spawn at any time. I just need to bring the tools with which to do so. It's honestly one of the main reasons to have a proper axe on you so that you can actually chop down those trees. All right, let's visit Harv's Island. And we're going to take care of a couple things when we're there as we continue to unlock more things. And one of the things I actually really want to do is get another co-op going with the money that we have. So we'll do that. But we're also going to take a look at our last co-op that we opened up because that should now be available. So give it quack to Wingback. Let's go. All right, everybody. And as Harv's Island continues to grow, so do the number of things available to us. Ah, here we are. Harv, who are you talking to? We know these two already. Hey there, I got big news for you today, Levi. Reese and Cyrus's customization shop is now open. Well, hello again. Thank you so much for taking those wonderful photos of us the other day. Like Harv said, we're thrilled to be opening up a new shop here. My Psy guy can customize just about anything you bring him. Aw, come on now. Don't go over-promising things. I'll do my best. Sorry, just caught me off guard there with that intro. Let's start over, huh? Good to see you, kiddo. Now, as my lovely Reese mentioned, I can customize darn near anything. Just bring it in and I'll have a look. Gosh, you two lovebirds are just adorable, and you run a business together. That's remarkable. Well, I'll leave you to it. Hope you enjoy the new shop. All right, so probably my favorite of all of the co-ops here is Reese and Cyrus and their whole situation. Now, I do not have anything that I can have them customize immediately. Well, maybe I do. Let's see. Is the gas range customizable? I will find out. This is real great. It has a real great feel, doesn't it? Thanks again. There are some things that only I can customize to bring them here. Let's see. Is that available right now? Let's see. What does he have? Yes, the gas range is actually one of these. Okay, so as symbolized by that little blue and pink llama next to it, I can actually change the color to whatever it is I want. So I'm actually going to go with black, and notice that this actually costs bells rather than any customization kits. So every single item in the game that cannot be customized through DIY means and actually has a variant to it can be customized here. This is stuff that is bought at Nook's Cranny exclusively, or, you know, items that you can't make yourself, for instance. This is what those applies to. And as well as that, the items that you can get via Nook Miles in the Nook Stop. So we're talking like the lighthouse, all of the plaza items. The colors that you have for all of those items is set and locked to your account. If you want to change those, you have to come to Reese and Cyrus. before these co-ops opened, it was really annoying being locked into certain colors and having to trade with people to get the desired colors that you wanted for a specific island aesthetic. One that always drove me nuts was the lantern posts that you would post, that you'd put that, they look like they are street lanterns, for instance. There's only one, I believe there's 4 or 5 different color options, and only one of them is black. And I'm sorry, but black is just the most sensible for a bunch of street lanterns, in my opinion. And they also had like green and blue and white, and just none of that made a whole lot of sense. So it was always very annoying dealing with that, but thankfully Reese and Cyrus have come to the rescue and now allow us to customize absolutely anything we want. Again, not requiring customization kits. That's a huge difference. You just have to spend bells, and it's never really all that much. So make sure you bring some money if you want to change those things. When I start getting around to buying all of those Nook Miles related items in the Nook Stop, I am absolutely going to be customizing a lot of them here, as I really don't like a lot of our default colors on this account. All right. We have more co-ops to open, and remember, they are 100,000 bells each. I'm not going to get this one yet. This is probably going to be the last one I get, which is the storage one. This is only if you plan on spending a lot of time here, which I do not. I'm kind of torn between either this one or this one over here. And I think, honestly, this is the one I want to go with. Let's see. We're offering donations to fund a merchant offering rugs and mysterious wallpapers. It's tempting, though, because I kind of want to get Leaf as well, because Leaf has all of those crops items. But, I'm not going to be growing crops for a while, so I'll just say, sure, I'll help, and we will give Sahara a place to set up shop. So here you are. And there we go. That's another co-op done. Okay. Awesome. So, yeah, I think the next one I will do is Leaf, and then after that will probably be Kicks down here. And then we will set up the last 2 co-ops a little bit later. But let's also talk to Harriet now. Oh, Levi, welcome. Think I could interest you in a makeover? I used to be a hairdresser once upon a time. Been a while, but my clippers are still sharp, and so is my style. I'm sitting on some bold hairstyles. I'm just itching to try them out. What do you say, Shug? I could give it a try. Glad to hear it, Sugar. Hop onto my chair so we can get started. Oh, we'll need to uncover that beautiful head of yours, won't we? Oh, I'm a little bit scared about how this is going to turn out. All right, here we go. All right, Harriet. Give me the deets. Let's get started. Oh, no, I'm scared. Oh, come on. That's not for me. What? All set, Sugar. You look fabulous. What do you think? Do you like your new hairstyle? Oh, no, honey. Oh, not a fan of the style. I'm sorry, Shug. Should I undo this and give you a look like? Yes, please. Leave it to me, and I'll have your hair fixed in a jiffy. Now, there's a good and a bad to this. The bad is obviously the fact that this is completely random, and you never know what hairstyle you're going to get. And it's not like, if you care about conforming to gender norms and all that, there is absolutely no guarantee that you're even going to get a specific hairstyle. If you are male, you still might get a hairstyle that is generally considered female, and vice versa. So, that is one downside to it. The upside, however, is the fact that every time you get a haircut from Harriet, it adds a hairstyle option that you cannot get otherwise. So now that's available for us over at the Mirror, which is awesome whenever we want to change that. So then we get into Red, and unfortunately, it's looking like Red has 2 fakes today. So I honestly kind of want to buy one just to clear one out. Because otherwise his inventory isn't going to change until next week. But what day is it today? It's a Thursday. So, I don't know. Should I buy this fake Mona Lisa here? Here, let's do it just to frickin' say that we, just to get rid of it. It is kind of hilarious. I want a closer look. We'll show you why this is a fake. Can you tell what the problem is here? Yeah, I don't think that the Mona Lisa is supposed to have a serious case of resting bitch face. But I will say sold. And there we go. Sorry to anyone who has eyebrows like that, but you know those eyebrows are wrong. All right, cool. So Harv's Island continues to make progress. Our island continues to make progress. There are so many things going on at the moment that it's just kind of like overwhelming and whatnot. And I really don't have much to say other than that. We're getting there, guys. We are absolutely getting there, but it's not a whole lot that I can convey super obviously. I think the big thing today was just getting all that money from Flick, from all those insects. Now you guys know the strategy, and I could absolutely like show it on here as well if you really want to see it. Although it's so time consuming to set up that spending an entire episode on it wouldn't really be the most interesting thing in the world. But it's very, very simple. Again, you just clear everything out. Bring an axe, bring a shovel, bring your feet, I guess, so you can run through the flowers. And then also bring some extra palm trees with some fruit so that you can plant some extra palm trees on the island. And that's really all I can say. Other than, just clear it all out, leave it so that there's only palm trees, just scare away any I guess that is a crucial part of that, is scare away any non-palm tree bugs or any bugs you do not actively want. So if you see like those earth-boring dung beetles walking around or tiger beetles or things of that nature, run at them and scare them away. Because there can only be so many insects spawned on the island at a given time. So you need to get rid of some of them to allow other ones to spawn in. But you do that, and pretty much every time you walk back and forth across your little tiny island, there'll be 1 to even 4 insects spawned on each set of palm trees on either side. And so you go catch what you can over there, move back to the other side, rinse and repeat, and at that point you're farming 30, 40, 50 palm tree bugs within an hour, which is, I would say, a pretty darn good rate and really the only easy way to do it without gutting your own island. So with all of that said, guys, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much. In the next episode, to change things up a little bit and to give us something new to do as I continue to work on crossbreeding and whatnot and setting things up, which is probably going to take more than the time for the next couple of episodes, than the amount of time the next couple of episodes will take. I think we're going to go to work. We are going to finally go and we are going to take that job opportunity for the happy home paradise that was given to us a while back, and we're going to see what all of that entails. And we're going to actually probably spend many of the next few episodes working on that. So with all of that said, I will see you all in the next one.